We talk a lot about the opioid epidemic and how many lives it impacts. It doesn't discriminate, and our guest this morning knows that firsthand. Brandon Novak with us, pro skateboarder discovered by Tony Hawk, and you may also know him as a longtime MTV reality star. What was reality really like for you? When did the drugs start? What were you using?
Reality for me at the end is kind of like this. The abnormal had became the normal. I was living on that animalistic level. You know, I was not eating, I was not showering, I was not, I wasn't doing the things that normal people do. As a matter of fact, when I got sober this time, for the first 3 months, I was washing my clothes with dishwashing detergent because I didn't know, those normal living skills that most people know. So yeah, I was really disconnected, if you will.
What was it that you were addicted to in your toughest years?
I was an IV heroin and cocaine user for 20 years straight.
And to everyone, such a success story. Tony Hawk discovered you at what, about 14?
Yeah,
you were sponsored by Gatorade. I mean, talk about from the outside, everybody envious of your life.
Well, I always had it really confused, and I thought social acceptability equaled personal recovery. But the disease of addiction does not discriminate from Yale or jail, the White House or the outhouse. The results are all the same, and 1 out of 5 people will be affected. My mother is a nuclear physicist on the board of Mercy Hospital. My brother's an attorney in the White House who practices pensions and benefits. I was the first skateboarder to be endorsed by Gatorade at the age of 13. At the age of 15, I'm touring the world with Tony Hawk. I end up in movies that break box office records. I'm a millionaire a few times over, and then I become a New York Times selling author. At the end, I was in 13 inpatient treatment centers. My mother had bought me a plot. People had taken life insurance policies out on me, and I had just woken up from being on life support for 7 days.
I want to congratulate you because I know you're just about a week out from 3 years sober. Those milestones have to be celebrated.
It's a miracle.
You told me something earlier, something your mom said to you that it gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, after my mother had exhausted all opportunities, options, and resources, she had sold 3 homes to financially pay for me to go to treatment, depleted several savings accounts. She had nothing left to give, so she went to God with one prayer. And that prayer consisted of, God, please cure him, or kill me, I can't take it. And Father Mike from the church looked at my mother and hollered at her. He said, don't you ever talk to God about your son like that. God has a plan for your son. You don't know what it is, I don't know what it is, and Brandon doesn't know what it is. And thank God I didn't know what it was because I would have messed it up. Because the reality is, the lack of plans has produced the best of plans. All I had to do was get out of my way. So therefore, with that being said, if anybody can't see or find themselves past the bag, the bottle, or the pill, you can personally call me at my phone number 610-546-2608, and we'll figure it out.
And I can speak for this. You've had your phone with you, taking those calls, helping people very quickly.
Yes.
Tell me about the book in your hand because you want to help as many people as possible.
This book is my trials and tribulations prior to sobriety and in sobriety. And really what it equals and what it means is the disease of addiction is not a death sentence. As long as you're breathing, it's never too late, and your history does not have to dictate your future.
Very powerful. Coming up, we're going to talk to Mike. He's going to do an interview with Mike Woolfolk talking about Banyan Treatment Center and also what you're doing today in the Capitol. We appreciate you waking up early with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.